how it's made. Today on How It's Made.
American footballs.
American footballs are nothing like real footballs. They have stitches and they are brown.
They also are an oblong shape that does not bounce around very well.
If you throw an American football at the ground, you don't know which direction it will go in. That's why they call it a touchdown.
Here, a very nice football waiting to be made from the skin of a pig.
They use a huge sheet of football and it's very bumpy like snakeskin.
He is cutting out a shape of a boat.
They use these boat shapes or even eye shapes. They are eye boat shapes. Eye boats.
They are slamming it with this machine which was stick on the branding, which is Wilson in this case.
They sizzle the branding on.
This is done with the Sizzler.
And the sizzler is marvelous.
They shred up the skin and they've got half a football there and it weighs 6.4.
It has to weigh 6.4 to be regulation football. If it weighs less, they give it to schools. If it weighs more, they sell it.
They sell it on eBay.
To schools. So they're pinned down to these orange plastic chunks and then they go into the rotator.
They then added the little white lines which are signature to the footballs.
The football does not need little white lines, but it doesn't look real without them.
This lady has had so many accidents on this machine, her fingers are nearly all gone.
Yes, but she keeps on soldiering on because she loves football.
And she loves her job.
They put it in the hole puncher, which is like a regular hole puncher, but many holes.
Yes, they make holes in it so it looks like football. And you can also add the stitching later on.
And they put it onto the formator to make it into the right shape.
This is the same lady who has hurt her fingers, very much so.
She does most of the footballs that we see in international play. She makes them all.
Yes, it's Irene. She's worked there for 40 odd years.
And if you say Irene to a real American football fan, they will say, God bless Irene. God bless.
Yes. If you got yourself an Irene authentic football, you're talking maybe $150 per football.
Yes, and if she signed it, easily 4 figures. Easily.
Now this is the steamer. They're gonna put it on the blanker. The blanker blanks it a little bit, makes it a little more rounded, and then they add steam, which makes it more steamy.
Now Irene can't use this machine because it could steam her bandages off. So she gets her husband to do it.
Bill.
His name is Bill.
Now he's turning it the right way because we don't want it to be inside out on the football field.
You can't use your hands to do this, you have to flop it over a pole.
This is the insides of the football which makes it inflated.
This is added when they've turned it inside out. They stuff it in. Very careless, but it works.
And then they inflate it like this. Now he's tying it like a shoe.
But it's not a shoe, it's a football.
You must always remember this, yes.
American football.
He uses a screwdriver to grab it.
It's a specially made screwdriver. He designed it himself. He said, to make this job easier, I need a screwdriver with a little hole in it. And then he went and made one.
Yes, and it's very good.
There's only one in existence. Now they're plonked in the buckets. The tubes are inserted. And the intense pressure begins.
They're left for at least 10,000 years, and then they'll come back to it, and it's very good.
They're perfect footballers. They're weighed again. They still have to weigh 6.4. This one has failed. But they measure it, and it's the ideal size, so it is still eligible to be given to schools.
This one will go into college football.
College football is the most aggressive kind. But then the cheerleaders come out and nobody minds.
That is how they make footballs.
Grey Cup AFVD 1001p.